With some few days to the Champions League semi-final, I know so many people are looking forward to the Arsenal versus PSG fixture. And the other fixture in the semi-final of the Champions League is between Inter Milan versus Barcelona. I think this is the fixture that is really being looked forward to by so many people because of the intensity of the fixture. I think this is a repeat of the 2010 semi-final whereby Mourinho's Inter Milan knocked out Pep Guardiola's Barcelona. And I feel like Barcelona will be going into this fixture looking for revenge over Inter, because the last time they met in the semi-final, Inter defeated them and knocked them out and went ahead to win the UEFA Champions League. And talking about this one, Mourinho was once an employee of Barcelona and he worked as an interpreter at the club, and he worked with some of the big managers in the name of Bobby Robson, in the name of Louis van Gaal, and obviously he worked with some players including Pep Guardiola. The time Mourinho was working at Barcelona, Pep Guardiola was a player. And in 2008, when Barcelona wanted to replace their head coach, Mr. Frank Rijkaard, they opted for Jose Mourinho, and also they had Pep Guardiola in the other side. And while they were asked for their CVs, Mourinho's CVs was reading like he won the Champions League with FC Porto, and also he had won 2 league titles with Chelsea. And on the side of Pep Guardiola had only managed the reserve team. And Barcelona, after looking at the CVs, they felt like the job was good to be given to Mr. Pep Guardiola, since he was one of them at Barcelona. And Mourinho really felt betrayed. You know very well, even you personally, you can feel betrayed after really working for the club, and your CV is showing very well like you're qualified for the job, but you couldn't get the job. But Mourinho termed this as one of the best defeats of his life, and he had to come back to Barcelona and prove them wrong. And what happened after this? In 2010, Mr. Mourinho, managing the treble-winning Inter Milan, which was one of the best Inter Milans that I've ever seen, in the likes of Eto'o, Diego Milito, Snyder, they had Cambiaso, they had Zanetti, they had Julio Cesar in goal. I think they were very, very good Inter side, and they won the treble, they won the Scudetto, they won the Champions League, and they won the Italian Cup. And I felt like moving forward, Mourinho had to come back to Barcelona and revenge. And where was the Mourinho's revenge coming in? In 2010, in the Champions League, Inter were drawn against Barcelona in the semi-final, and nobody believed like Inter would knock out Barcelona because of how much Barcelona was so good. You remember very well the Barcelona of Pep Guardiola. It had the Messis, the Xavis, the Iniestas, the Busquets, and it really, really had one of the best players. And it also had Zlatan, whereby Pep Guardiola had switched Zlatan with Eto'o. So Eto'o moved to Inter Milan, Zlatan came to Barcelona. And in the tie, nobody believed Mourinho would win because Pep Guardiola was that master. I think that was the time that he was really inventing the tiki-taka, and Barcelona were really, really good on the ball. They were playing so well. And Mourinho came in the press conference and said, if they are so good on the ball, then it means I have to be so good off the ball. And if they have the weapon, then it means I have to protect myself against the weapon. And I think that is what Mourinho came with. And McHugh, Inter Milan knocked out Barcelona by 3-2 on aggregate. And I think it was something that really shocked the football world. It also shocked Barcelona. But I think for Mourinho, it was his happiest moment in his career because he had come back to revenge against Barcelona, who in 2008 denied him an opportunity to manage the club, even after looking at his CV and seeing very well he had qualified. After they beat Barcelona by 3-2, at the end of the whistle, Mr. Mourinho started celebrating inside the pitch, and he ran all around and doing the Mourinho thing, you know very well. And Barcelona had to respond by switching on the water sprinklers all over. And I think personally, if I'm asked, I feel like that was very, very petty of Barcelona to do that to Mourinho, because Mourinho had really done what they didn't expect him to do, and he had knocked them out of the Champions League semi-final. And I had to share with you this small story so that I can engage you with whatever is going to happen between Inter Milan versus Barcelona. So at the Camp Nou, I feel like it's going to be one hell of a fixture with Inter visiting Barcelona, because if they remember very well in 2010, whatever Inter did to them, they would want to revenge over Inter Milan and try to beat them and qualify for the Champions League final.